In 2025, scientists may have uncovered one of the most mysterious branches of human evolution, a hidden human cousin that lived alongside one of our most famous ancestors. Its name, Australopithecus deyiremeda, and this discovery could change everything we thought we knew about our origins. For decades, the story of human evolution seemed simple. Around 3 to 4 million years ago, one species dominated East Africa. That species was Australopithecus afarensis, the same species as the famous fossil called Lucy. Scientists believed Lucy's kind was one of the direct ancestors of modern humans. But in Ethiopia's Afar region, something strange had been waiting underground for millions of years. Back in 2009, researchers discovered a fossil foot unlike anything they had seen before. It was called the Burtele Foot. At first it looked human-like, but there was a problem. The foot had a grasping big toe, almost like an ape. This was shocking. Lucy's species had feet more like ours, built for walking upright. But this mysterious foot suggested something very different, a creature that could walk, but still climb trees. Scientists were confused. Who did this foot belong to? For 16 years, nobody knew. Then in 2025, everything changed. New fossils were found in the same Ethiopian region, jawbones, teeth, pieces of the face. And after studying them carefully, researchers made a breakthrough. These fossils belonged to a little-known species called Australopithecus deyiremeda. The species itself was first identified in 2015, but only from fragments. Many scientists questioned whether it was truly a separate species, but these new fossils gave stronger evidence. Even more importantly, they matched the same area and same age as the mysterious Burtele Foot, finally solving the mystery. This meant something incredible. Around 3.4 million years ago, Lucy was not alone. Another human relative lived beside her, in the same land, at the same time. Imagine that. 2 different human-like species, walking the same forests and plains of ancient Ethiopia. But they were very different. Lucy's species was better adapted for walking on the ground. Australopithecus deyiremeda still had features for climbing trees. Its foot tells us it could grip branches. Its teeth tell us it ate different foods. Scientists found evidence that its diet was mainly forest plants, fruits, and leaves, while Lucy's species likely had a broader diet. This suggests they lived side by side, but avoided competing by living differently, one on the ground, one partly in the trees. This changes the old idea that human evolution was a straight line. It now looks more like a tangled bush. Many species, many experiments, many paths, and only one survived, us. But what makes Australopithecus deyiremeda so fascinating is how primitive it was. Some of its bones look older than Lucy's species, almost like it held on to ancient traits longer. That raises a huge question. Was Lucy really our direct ancestor, or was human evolution far more complicated? Some scientists now think multiple human branches may have existed together for millions of years, competing, adapting, surviving, and disappearing. Australopithecus deyiremeda may be one of those lost branches, a cousin we never knew, a relative hidden beneath the earth for over 3 million years, waiting to tell its story. And this discovery reminds us of something important. Human evolution wasn't destiny, it was survival, luck, change, and extinction. Somewhere in ancient Africa, creatures like Lucy and deyiremeda may have crossed paths. They may have seen each other, heard each other, maybe even feared each other. But in the end, both vanished, leaving only clues in stone. And now, millions of years later, we're finally piecing together the truth, not of one ancestor, but many, forgotten, hidden, lost in time, and Australopithecus deyiremeda may be one of the most important among them.